Hello, welcome to Friday, March 2nd, beginning of the weekend. Hooray! So I just got off work, and right now I need to get over to my mom's. She's out of town. They're on vacation. And I'm supposed to be checking the mail, she said regularly, so as, you know, it doesn't sound like every day. Probably should be every other day. It's been 3 days. And sometimes they get ridiculous amounts of mail. So I better go check it before I forget and go another day. I meant to do it yesterday, but I got busy and spent time with friends and it was too late and I didn't feel like going out again. And so yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, didn't have so much to worry about. There wasn't much mail at all. So I was, in my brain, I was imagining it was gonna be like just like shoved in, falling out of the mailbox. And I mean, really, some days, like, the mail they get in one day is, but apparently the last few days haven't been bad, so that's good. And my mom left me a note saying I can take the milk if I want. I guess probably because it goes bad March 10th. And that's like, probably, is that like the day they get back or the day after? Pretty close. Like the day after. And ultimately, my milk is bad. So I will try and do that. I'm also going to get more DVD cases. Time to get more. And with 2 more boxes packed, I'm getting pretty close to clearing that out. That could be pretty much like 1 more box to get that shelf cleared. And I still got more stuff and more cases in the other room in a different shelf and things like that. But I mean, just as far as that section there that was a thickly, you know, which is the bulk of them, getting pretty close. Gonna get those up in the car and head out. And so I got what I needed from there, and it wasn't as crucial as my brain had made it out to be. So I think things were all right. But I haven't really gone on with what the plan is for today, because the plan is to try and see a movie. I got my movie pass. Let's see a movie. Now I'm not gonna head up there right now, probably movie in an hour. So I'll be able to get this stuff inside and eat. I'm gonna stop by fast food place, wherever, on my way home, get something to eat, and then head out to the movies. Now, with the ticket, with the card, I get the tickets from the theater, so I have to get up there before I find out if there's available seats. Now, I'm hoping to get to go see The Greatest Showman again. One of the things that I most love about the idea of having this is that because I don't have to spend money each time I go see a movie, I can see the same movie more than once. That's awesome for me. And that's the earliest of the shows that I'm kind of interested in. But there are some others that I'm interested in and will probably see or have seen. I may, if that's not available, I may just see maybe there's a seat for Black Panther. I'd like to see that, or Every Day looks interesting, or I could just go see Jumanji again, and I'd be happy to do that as well. So I'm not really worried about the fact that I'm going to go up there and try and get a seat for the show right before it starts. It should be fine, because if I don't get that one, I'll get one of the others. But my hope is to see The Greatest Showman again. Alright, and so I ate, and I got the boxes of movies inside. And it's, what does that say? 5:37. Earliest movie I want to see starts at 6. Let's go to the theater. Alright, I'm nearly to the theater. I'm gonna have to rush in when I get there, so I figure I'll say I'll see you after the show and we'll talk about it then. I'm sure you know what I see based on the title or cover image or whatever of the video. But for me, I'm still open and waiting, and I guess I'll find out what show has tickets available, because I'm kind of going there last minute. It should be fine. Yeah, no, Greatest Showman. Yeah, no problem. It's actually in a bigger theater now than when I went to see it a few weeks ago. They have, instead of, you know, the theater has different size auditoriums, and usually they start out in the big ones and move down. It is actually moved up, so there were a fair number of spare seats. So I didn't have trouble getting a seat. And also, normal, because you buy it like normal, $12. Today's show alone would be more expensive than the month of the movie pass. It has now already paid for itself. Not only it's more expensive, but also I wouldn't have gone to see a movie twice in theaters. But I could. I got to just go see a movie a second time. And now, I didn't, the first time I saw it, I didn't give all that much of a review. And so there may be some spoilers if you haven't seen The Greatest Showman. Like I said the last time I saw it, go see The Greatest Showman. So great. 5 out of 5. Practically perfect movie. Amazing. But yes, some spoilers ahead. Just on the cinematic point of view. First, I love musicals, and the music is wonderful. Each and every song is good. There's one song I don't like as much as the others, but I've been listening through the soundtrack since I saw it the first time, and there's one song that I don't like as much as the others. But then when I actually watch it in the movie, it is utilized to show some subtle characteristics and issues, and to bring fractures in relationships, and to point out flaws, and it is used well in the movie. Even the song that I like the least, I see in the film how they used it to show the emotion and what people were feeling. And they did a good job with that. The cinematography in that film is great. The lighting is so beautiful. The set direction, the costume design is amazing. The film looks beautiful. And it has a story that does things that other movies don't necessarily do. I mean, like, the movie begins and you see, well, first off, it begins with a big action, exciting spot, and then we get to the real start, and we see P.T. Barnum as a kid, and sort of his little flirtatious with this little girl, who is, this is a tailor's son, sort of little joking around, flirting with this, whatever, wealthy man's daughter, nobleman's daughter. Not a chance in the world. And she's a little bit, she's for him, but they're kids. And that's the kind of story that in another movie could last the movie. That could be the movie, is, him doing all whatever things, trying to impress and get the girl. But that's not the movie. She loves him from the start. They're kids, they grow up, they communicate, and they get married, and that's from the start. So they don't do that. And then further on, there's all this plot line about inclusivity and just accepting people for who they are, and ups and downs with it, of knowing that's the right thing to do, but that's not always the easy thing to do, and you can stumble and you mess up, but then you can pick yourself back up and you can realize it is the right thing to do, and you can still do it again. Just because you fell off the horse doesn't mean you don't get back on the horse, kind of thing. And he has issues, and then he comes back from them, and then there's points where he's still wanting to reach for greater, and he's wanting to impress the wealthy folk, the nobles, the kind of folk that his wife's family was. He wants to be something that those people admire. He has this show of freaks that he's bringing up to show, these are people, and the poorer people love it. But the snobs stick their nose up at it, and he wants to impress them, and he gets this act from Europe, because they got an audience with the Queen of England, and he met this Swedish singer from there, and he brings her to the States and does a tour with her that's geared and aimed at the wealthier crowd, so that he can put on a show that the wealthy folks love. And he goes on tour, and really he's just leaving behind the show that he's been babysitting, leaving it in charge with someone else, and he's leaving behind his family and just saying, okay, I'm gonna go do this. And so he's leaving everything that really is important to him behind, and does this, and she tries to, for lack of a better word, seduce him. And in any other movie, a guy in that position would mess up, and he'd go for it. There's every reason that any movie would show the man's a pig, he's clearly messing up and falling behind, he's gonna be weak and do this, and he has strength and says, no. And he backs away, and it ruins him for it. It really hurts him, because he says no, because he turns up, because he is a married man and he honors that marriage. I love that. I love the show of strength in honoring the marriage. That is honorable. I love that they did that, and that's something that other movies wouldn't have done. There are other movies that have chosen not to do that, and I love, it's the kind of thing like when it's all set up and you're just thinking they're gonna take the easy way out, and they don't. They do something that I wasn't expecting, and that's part of why 5 out of 5. Wonderful film. It does things I don't expect. It looks beautiful. The story captures my heart. It presents a good message. It really is a wonderful film. Wonderful singing, wonderful acting, wonderful writing. I have nothing but praise to give to it. I adore that movie. I am so pleased that I got to go see that a second time on the big screen. It definitely is that kind of, it's that show-stopping kind of thing. Definitely a big screen experience is great with that, but still, I don't know. I'm sure leaving the theater soon, although I felt like that was the case the first time I saw it, and it keeps doing better. If you haven't seen it and it's still in a theater near you, check it out. It's 8. I'm headed home. Figure I'd see what I can actually get down with my day. But really, what a wonderful movie. And when I was actually walking out, I saw Pat. Pat was in there. He and Mary Lou had gone to see Red Sparrow. Sounds like a lot more violent of a movie. No. The Greatest Showman. Truly is the greatest show. So good. So I got home, uploaded, we've done some editing. Not really a whole lot more. Honestly, I did not even get around to putting away the boxes of movies. I don't have to just be put off till tomorrow. But it's my weekend, and that's good. I have off, but it's getting late. It's like 10. I'm gonna get to bed. But yeah, it's a good movie. Good movie a second time. Really, really good movie. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.